This
before
conference will now be recorded.
thanks, Suresh. So before we start, a brief introduction about myself. So I'm having around 9 years of experience now into SAP ABAP, ABAP on HANA, UFF and Fury, and I started working on S4 HANA related projects. Way back in 2016, so it's been now more than 3 years. I've been working on S4 HANA related projects. So this course is basically about ABAP on HANA, as you guys might be aware. So my screen is visible, right? You are able to
Yeah.
see a PowerPoint which is open currently?
Yes.
Okay. So basically it started, uh, so basically when you say ABAP on HANA, so as such, the way we write code, the way we write ABAP code has to be adapted in S4 HANA. So basically when you say ABAP on S4 HANA or ABAP on HANA, so both mean the same. So in S4 HANA you have many changes, like whole of the logistics changes are there. Certain systems which were outside the ECC, for example, EWM. So we used to have one kind of a warehouse management system outside our ECC box. So that has been merged into S4 HANA directly. So you can see that it has brought up a lot of simplifications when you say S4 HANA. Okay. So that was a very brief when you say, what exactly is S4 HANA. So it's nothing but basically a business suite based on top of HANA. Okay. So, so when we say S4 HANA, okay, so S4 HANA. So it stands for Suite for HANA. Okay. So there is also a thing known as SOH, which stands for Suite on HANA. Okay. So, but we'll be focusing on S4 HANA for this course. Okay. So when we say Suite on HANA, it's kind of ECC on HANA. Okay. So it is the same ECC system which I hope you guys are used to. Okay. But when you say Suite for HANA, so it's altogether a new product. Okay. So it's altogether a new product. Okay, whereas SOH, it's the same product. It is just that the underlying database gets changed. Okay. So any confusions? Or maybe you guys can give a brief introduction about yourselves, and I would definitely like to know about your background, what is exactly is your expectation out of the training, and any specific questions before I move on. Maybe any one of you can start. I see Rakesh, Sakshi, Santosh, and Vivek.
Yeah, hello. I'm Vivek here, and I'm having 8 years of IT experience. And actually, I'm an adapter. And hello,
Yeah,
hello,
yeah,
yeah. And
yeah. Please
regarding
go
the
on.
yeah, and you asked the expectation. The expectation is for ABAP and HANA on this course, and expectation at during the duration we should have some good knowledge on ABAP and HANA so that we should face interview regarding in other companies for ABAP on for HANA
Sure,
requirement.
sure. Yeah. So good that you already know ABAP, which is kind of, you should have some idea on ABAP for
Yeah.
this. So definitely it will be more helpful. Okay, maybe we can move on, and maybe Santosh.
I, I'm an
Okay, hi.
ABAP having 7 years of experience.
Okay, so you are having 7 years of experience. Okay. Sakshi?
Yeah, hi. I have an experience of 8 years into SAP ABAP, workflow, and OData.
Okay, you have worked on OData on ECC?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Sure. I'm in between. If you guys have any expectation, you can ask that also when you're giving your introduction. And yeah, let's move on. Rakesh. Rakesh, is Rakesh there? Okay, fine. Okay. So good that everybody is at least knowing ABAP. So now when you say S4 HANA, okay, so S4 HANA is altogether a new product. Okay, so now you must be thinking why there is, why is SAP pushing for S4 HANA? Okay, so SAP has very clearly said that your ECC support, okay, will end by 2025. Okay, in case you guys are not aware of this, so ECC will support whoever, whichever client is on ECC, client has to, mandatorily move to S4. Okay, so all the implementations which are going on or which will come in next few years, uh, that will be based upon that will be based upon S4 HANA. So I would say it is the right move. Okay, because sometimes nowadays what is happening in what I have experienced is that people are not very much knowing on the suite for HANA, ABAP on HANA, UFI, Fiori, Odata. Okay, so all these are jargons. Obviously, for those who don't know, but I'm sure you would be at least knowing, that S4 HANA is the future. Okay, that is why you're here, right? So now basically how it all started. So we used to have R2, right? And then R2 is basically tier 2 architecture. Then it moved on to R3. Okay, you can ask me, in between if you want to know anything. So we had R3. Okay, then we had ERP. Basically, you can say business suite. Okay, and finally, the latest product by SAP is S4 HANA. Right, so this has been the journey of SAP. Okay, so it all started with R2, then R3, then ERP, and then now finally S4 HANA. So S4 HANA actually came into existence from 2015. Okay, in between there was one more, so which popularly is known as EHP 98. Okay, like we used to have EHP enhancement package 7, right? EHP 7. So similarly, there was one more EHP 98. Okay, just before S4 HANA came into the picture. So this has been the journey of the whole products which have been released by SAP. So when you say S4 HANA, okay, so when you say S4 HANA, so I mean, it is basically having various editions. Okay, so if some customer wants to opt for S4 HANA, it will be, he can either go for S4 HANA on premise, okay, or he can go for S4 HANA cloud, okay, and he can also go for a hybrid combination, like a few things on cloud, few things on premise. Okay, so what exactly is on premise? Okay, so when we say on premise, it is as good as your ECC. Okay, so which you guys are aware of, right? So basically, when you say on premise, by the name itself, it says that customer is owning everything. Okay, so customer owns everything. Okay, right from the hardware to the software, the whole infrastructure, networking, you name it, everything is owned by the customer. Okay, and even the S4 HANA is as such owned by the customer. So he gets the license, right? So customer gets the license. So basically, whatever you guys know so far about ECC is same like S4 HANA on premise. Okay, so customer owns the S4 HANA product. Okay, by purchasing a license, right, from SAP, right? And then he pays like an annual fees. Okay, and then the implementation companies come into picture, like your TCS, Accenture, Infosys, right? All these implementation partners, right? So these things are same, even for S/4HANA on-premise. Okay. So now next is S/4HANA Cloud. Okay. So when you say S/4HANA Cloud, okay, what is the difference between on-premise and cloud? So over here, customer is not owning, everything. Okay. So when I say customer does not own anything, you can also say customer does not have backend access. Okay. What customer sees is nothing but a bunch of Fiori apps, right? So if you guys don't know what is a Fiori app, let me just open a link. Okay. Just a second, guys. I'll open the link. Just give me a minute. And yeah. And I'll say, just a second, I'm just logging in. Okay. So it's taking some time. Hold on, please. Yeah. So if you want, you can just Google it, Fiori apps reference library. Okay. Reference library. Okay. So if you go there, go to this link, Fiori apps library.hana on demand, you will see a lot of Fiori apps. Okay. So let me just copy this link and paste it for you guys as well. Okay. Yeah. So this is the link. Okay. It's kind of getting hanged. Just a sec. So this is the link. Okay. So it's not that only these apps are applicable only for on-premise. Okay. Or basically only for cloud. So these Fiori apps are available for on-premise as well as for the cloud. Okay. So any confusion so far? What is S/4HANA? What is S/4HANA on-premise? What is S/4HANA on cloud?
Yeah, I'm having one question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like for S4 HANA on premise, you told that it is similar as good as ECC.
Yeah.
So
No.
that
I'm just saying in terms of ownership. Definitely, there are a lot of changes. That is why you guys are here. I'm saying in terms of ownership. Okay, like ECC is owned by the customer, right? So customer comes to the
right.
client, and client or customer comes to the implementation partner companies like TCS or Accenture, and then the client implements, S4 HANA, right, or ECC. It's the same thing which is forwarded in S4 HANA on premise.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear.
But if you see S/4HANA Cloud, right? So their customer does not own, does not own everything. So who owns it? It will be like, partners like. So partners like. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Sorry, my son had come in. Sorry. So there will be partners like. I hope you must have heard about Microsoft Azure. Okay, Microsoft Azure. GCP, basically Google Cloud Platform, okay, and then AWS, Amazon Web Service, okay. So basically Amazon Web Server. So all these partners, right? So they provide the infrastructure, okay. So customer does not have to worry, how much will be the hardware cost, okay. So what they need, they'll get a URL, okay, like you get like you get the URL, if you want to open Amazon, you'll just go to amazon.in, right? You don't care in which technology, amazon.in was implemented in, right? You don't care if it's in Java, if it's in .NET, if it's an ERP based app, right? You don't care, right? So that is the same thing which will happen even in S/4HANA Cloud. Okay. So customer need not worry about what is the what is the technology behind it. All he sees is some Fiori apps. Okay. So if you go to this link and you say, see SAP Fiori as for S/4HANA, you just select this. Okay. And let's say I say all apps. Okay. So you see as of now 1700 apps are there, right? So 1700 Fiori apps are there. Okay. So when I say apps, I mean Fiori apps. Okay. Yeah, not everything is yet out there, as a Fiori app, but eventually they are trying. So, once we go to the later part of the course, we learn about CDSU, we learn about GUI annotations. We'll also be creating Fiori apps like this. Okay. So you'll see a few templates, right? So we'll also be creating Fiori apps like this. Okay. So basically, I mean, when Fiori app is delivered, it's not just for cloud, but it's also for on-premise. But the advantage in on-premise is that they are having backend access. So if you see, okay, where did it go? So in S/4HANA Cloud, I think Vivek, you can mute yourself. Yeah, I mean, once you want to ask, you can definitely unmute. Yeah, thanks. So if you see, I mean, they'll have the Fiori apps in case of on-premise also. It's not that the Fiori app is delivered only on cloud, but it is just that in on-premise they are having backend access, right? So customer is having backend access. Okay. So basically, when I say backend access, he's having SAP GUI access, right? So I mean, as of now, very few customers are there which are on cloud. Okay. So I think every time it keeps on changing. So if you just Google, there'll be very few customers out there on S/4HANA Cloud. Okay. But on S/4HANA on-premise, there are a lot of customers. I think that there are now 40,000 or 50,000 customers. Okay. So this is the bread and butter of SAP still, but SAP is trying hard to, make this product also successful. Any confusions now? Maybe you guys can unmute and ask. If it's fine, maybe you can type in. I hope chat is enabled for you guys.
You can proceed, Ashok.
Okay, cool. Thanks. So now when you say S/4HANA on-premise, okay, so when you say S/4HANA on-premise, there is an yearly innovation. Okay, yearly innovation. Okay, so I mean, there are versions like S/4HANA 15.10. So because it started in 2015, yeah, sorry, it came in S/4HANA 16.10. Then we had, so every year there will be a release. S/4HANA 1709. So when I say 1610, it means 16 is the year, 2016 is the year, and 10 is the month. So, and when you say S/4HANA 1709, so 17 is the year and month is September, basically 09. Okay. So like that, the products have been coming. S/4HANA 1809, and then S/4HANA 1909. Okay. And the latest one, I mean, definitely it's S/4HANA 1909. Okay. Whereas if you talk about S/4HANA Cloud, okay, so SAP gives over here a quarterly innovation. Okay. So S/4HANA, let's say since it's a quarterly innovation and there are 4 quarters in a year. So let's talk about the current year. So it all started with S/4HANA 1902 CE, I mean Cloud Edition, then S/4HANA 1905 CE, yeah, S/4HANA 1908 Cloud Edition, and the latest one is S4 HANA 1911 CE Cloud Edition. Okay, so now I mean, just as for an instance, for example, if you go to okay, let me just open that. Yeah, so if you open let's say any of the apps, so let me just search for purchase order for very commonly used app, right? So I'm just opening a purchase order app. So how do you come to know, which of the Fiori apps is applicable for you? Okay, just trying to find. You see, manage purchase order version 2. Okay, and you see an option like this. Okay, so if you when it is a S4 HANA, so think like S4 HANA on-premise. Okay, for on-premise they don't mention S4 HANA on-premise, they just say S4 HANA. Okay, for the cloud they say S4 HANA cloud. Okay, so you can see this app is available for both the on-premise as well as on the on-cloud. But if you want to know the version, okay, like from which release it came, so for example, if you see, it was available right from 1709, right? So this app, managed purchase order Fiori app, was not there in 1610, right? The very first S4 HANA release. So it started coming in from 1709. Okay, so this from 1709 till 1909, this app is available. Maybe certain features change, they enhance some functionalities, they fix some bugs. So that is why there is upgrade. Okay, so and you see this FPS 01, FPS 02. So basically every S4 HANA version will have a base version. Okay, so this is the base version, and then on top of it you are having FPS 01. So like service pack 1, this is service pack 1. Then the next one is service pack 02. Okay, so every release will have a base, okay, base feature, and then two service packs, 0 and 1. Okay, similarly for 1809, service pack 0, I mean service pack 1, service pack 2. Okay, so every release will have two service packs. So as of now, only the base version of S4 HANA 1909 has come in. Okay, and so basically that was just just to tell you that we are how SAP is giving out the products. And if you just go to product features, okay, so if you see this kind of app, okay, so basically we'll also be creating this kind of app without writing UI5 code. Okay, so in fact, if you see this kind of app, so this is something like list page. This is a list page. Okay, and this is like a object page. So if you okay, so if you click on any of the purchase order, you see this is the purchase order 45006239. So if you select this purchase order, let's say you navigate to a thing known as object page. You see 45006229, right? So this kind of apps will also be building. These are actually known as Fiori Elements app. Okay, so let's say technically what are the kinds of Fiori apps? Okay, so one, I mean, see, there are a lot of classifications, but in general, if you have to understand, there's something like Freestyle App. Okay, Freestyle App, basically you write whole code using OData, not using CDS view. Okay, nothing like that. So you're writing everything on your own. Okay, all of the UI logic, OData logic is known as Freestyle App. Second is you use some templates, right? Templates. Okay, there are templates like master detail. Okay, so you use these templates, but still you need to know UI5 code. Okay, then the third, the easiest and the most commonly used one is this Fiori Elements. Okay, so if you go to Web ID, you will find it. I mean, those guys who at least know something like Web ID. If you don't know, anyways, this is a part of this course. So we'll build something like Fiori Elements. Okay, we'll create some apps completely. Completely built using CDS views. Okay, CDS views, OData of CDS views. Okay, which is what is this course about. Okay, and then UI annotations. Okay, so what is UI annotation? basically you write some lines of code in your CDS view. Okay, if you don't know what is CDS view, maybe you can ask me, I'll explain in brief. But this is why I'm telling this, so that you also understand what is the ultimate aim of us. Okay, so obviously you would have seen the course content, right? So definitely that is the curriculum for this course. I'm not sure what is the correct course content being shared to you, but yeah, if you guys like this demo, then I'll share out the proper updated course content as well with you guys. I think that one is provided by the institute is probably an outdated one, and but the one which I provide is the most recent one, and you guys can follow that. Okay, I'm not really sure what is the course content which has been shared, but the one which I have, probably I'll share you that. Okay, any questions?
Yeah,
So
I'm having two questions.
yeah,
Yeah, are you able to hear?
yeah, I can hear.
Yeah. So the Fury app in which you have shown the purchase error and those things.
Mhm.
So for this, what is the backend?
So backend is,
Whether
so if you see, backend is S4 HANA. So I showed you,
okay.
right? This is S4 HANA. Okay. So basically this kind of app is something which we will be also building. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually a list report app. Okay. So like I was telling you, right? So we have uh, various ways, it depends on the scenario, but the app which you were seeing is actually a list report app. Okay. List report
Okay.
Fiori Elements app. Okay. So we'll also be
Okay.
building these kind of things, but backend, if you see as such, is S4 HANA, and we are making use of CDS views. So, I mean, if in case there's something like CDS view, then we are using OData on top of CDS views. We are writing some annotations like OData publish true. Then we are writing some UI annotations where this will appear, and whole of the front end code, whole of the UI5, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, okay, whatever is the code, whatever controls the front end will use, they will get auto generated. That is the advantage. Okay, and this is, I just showed you, right, that this app, right?
Yeah.
So this is nothing but a list report app. Okay, in which you, on the
Mm-hmm.
first screen, you see a list like this. Okay, you see a like your ALV, right? This is kind of ALV grid, and if you select any line item, okay, you go to an object page which will show you the further details of your list,
Yeah.
of your object, basically your purchase order. Okay, see,
Yeah.
don't get worried. So anyways, we'll go through these things, but I just wanted to show you that what kind of apps we'll be building. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So along with this ABAP on HANA, we will also come to learn the use of Fury to build the screen. That will be the
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of
correct.
this course.
Yes, that is a part of this course. Just a
Okay. Yeah.
second, let me, I mean, I have one website, so I'll show you the course content from there. Hope you don't mind. Anyways, uh, Suresh knows this. Anyways, let me just show you that. Okay. So by the way, this is also certain Fury apps. You'll see. So it's trying to load the course. So let me show you the course content in case you have not seen. Okay. So okay. So it is just downloading. Just hold on, please. Yeah. Okay. So this is what our course content is. I'll share you this. So if you see towards the last, I have written down, Fury Elements app using smart templates. Okay, so all these templates, like list report, I was just showing, right? So this is actually a smart template. Okay, smart template makes use of something known as smart controls. So basically, smart controls, they understand your CDS view. Okay, and you don't need to write much of code there. Okay, and this is what even SAP recommends. Okay, why SAP recommends to use smart templates for the Fury Elements app and not advise us to go for some kind of a template or some kind of freestyle. That is something which you will learn during the course. Okay, what is the advantage? Okay, but yeah, we'll be building certain Fury Elements app, and not just the Fury Elements app, it will also support the CRUD operations like create, update, delete, using something known as BOPF. So BOPF is a framework which helps us in this achieving this all of the transactional capabilities. Okay, then we'll also be enabling draft enablement. For example, if you go to any of your module pool T code right now, okay, so if you select any of your module pool, you start working on it. Let's say you're in sales order. or let's take the same case, purchase order, right? And you are editing, and after some point of time, let's say after 25 15 20 minutes, okay, you took a break in between, okay, and then you had your coffee, you came back, and then let's say you tried entering again, and you see that nice little pop-up that user timed out, okay. It gives you a timed out, right? Idle session exceeded, and you have to log in again into the SAP system, right? So you have to again enter the data, re-enter the data, whatever you have entered, right? I hope you would have faced this definitely during your ABAP program creation, any kind of stuff, right? In SAP GUI. So all those things are avoided with this draft enablement. This also will be doing. Okay, so all these things basically are covered in the CDS view. Okay, so this alone will take a month or so, maybe more than a month. Okay, I hope you have understood. I've shown you the final picture, what we'll be doing, but to come to this point, there are a lot of concepts, so that you understand. And we also be looking at something like embedded analytics inside CDS view. So basically, what is an embedded analytics? So I hope you guys know that there's something like BW, right? We have BI, BW guys in our teams, right? So now, so when you say S4 HANA, right? So the real USP of S4 HANA comes into picture. Okay, let me create a new slide. So S4 HANA basically, right? So S4 HANA is actually supports OLTP and OLAP processing. Okay, so I mean, I hope you guys at least know that in S4 HANA that the entire database inside RAM. This is what S4 HANA is so fast, right? At least you would have heard these rumors, right? So because of all, I mean, how it is working, anything look into the course, but if you see, it not just supports transactional processing. When I say transactional, like creation of sales order, purchase order, right? It also supports OLAP processing. Okay, so any kind of application you build, either it will be a crude kind of application, or it will be something like analysis, right? So basically OLAP will do the analytics part. Okay, so now previously BIBW guys, what they will do, they'll run out some T codes one day, and the next day they would again come and then rerun certain other T codes, right? So the data extraction used to take a lot of time, and then once the data is extracted, they have their cubes ready. The next day they will do the reporting, right? So there are two steps: you extract the data, then you do the analysis. Next day you create some reports, right? So it's not real time, right? So whereas in case of S4 HANA, because it supports OLTP and OLAP processing in real time, okay, so because it supports OLTP and OLAP processing in real time, you can do analytics, whatever BIBW guy is doing just via the CDS views. Okay, so many times BIBW guys are also attending this course because they are not really sure what's going on. Okay, so this also we'll see, and yeah, let me just show you the course content. So what is SAP HANA? I mean, we have seen just a little bit in brief. What is on-premise and cloud? I've shown you a bit of this. And what is the architecture? When to use roster, when to use column store, parallel processing. Okay, usage of HANA. What tools you'll be using? ADT, HANA Studio. What is the difference between ADT and HANA Studio? When to use what? We'll also do something like HANA database development. Okay, like we'll also learn HANA modeling, even though HANA modeling is obsolete, but I'm still covering because certain times people ask, why HANA modeling is not being covered. Okay, so I will cover that, but at least you should guys understand that HANA modeling is obsolete and rather we go for embedded analytics, right? So BW guys and HANA modeling both are, obsolete. So we should focus on embedded analytics, and for that also there is a product, SAP Analytics Cloud. So there are a lot of things coming up. Okay, so what will go this course is HANA modeling, because some projects are still using. But if you are in S4 HANA, don't go for HANA modeling, go for embedded analytics. So which is part of this course. Embedded analytics and HANA modeling both are part of this course. Then we'll also see how to apply code to data paradigm. So basically the overall idea of ABAP on HANA or S4 HANA is that your ABAP logic has to talk to the database. Okay, you need not do everything inside your application layer. Like for example, let's say you need to sum. You will select from the database table inside your ABAP report. Then you will loop across your internal table and do the calculation directly inside your ABAP logic, right? So this is what we should not do. Rather, we should make use of this code to data paradigm. Okay. Then if your custom code is there, what will happen to that? Okay, what all tools are available to help you migrate the ABAP code from ECC into your S/4HANA system. Okay, we'll also see certain other approaches of using code pushdown, like we want to exploit the database in brief. AMDP. Okay, what is AMDP? How do you write? What is AMDP bodies? Like you're having bodies in your normal ECC world, now you're having AMDP bodies also, so that you can enhance AMDP code given by SAP. Okay, then what is CDS view? How to simply join? What is association? So basically, a lot of things are there. So, and we'll also cover the latest ABAP 7.52 syntax, because if you go to S/4HANA system, you will see all of these things the very first day. Okay, so which is the latest syntax is used in S/4HANA. We'll also use something known as EPM data model for our most of our examples. So basically, it's like a full-fledged data model which is having a lot of tables like sales order, purchase order. There are certain tables, okay, which we'll be using for understanding all of these scenarios. Okay, so in very brief, I've told you what exactly we'll be covering throughout the course. Any questions, anything you would like to ask? Because it's a demo session, I can't go in deep. But if you have anything specific, anything you would like to ask, you can ask me right now.
Yeah. What about the code push down techniques?
Mm-hmm. You want to know the code pushdown techniques?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have various techniques. So like we used to have OpenSQL, right? So since I've asked this, so it might be, a little bit too much, but yeah, since I've asked, let me cover up. So when you say code to data paradigm, right? So this is also known as code pushdown. Okay, so you're up like that. I was giving you an example, right? So whenever you talk to the database, try to get the maximum out of the database. Okay, so your code should be pushed down to the database. Okay, so your code should move down to the database.
Hello.
See, as of now, you guys are doing all of the logic inside your ABAP layer. We should not do that. So for that, you're having various techniques. You can use OpenSQL code pushdown. You can use
Hello.
CDS views code pushdown. You can use stored procedure. You can use MDPs. Okay, so a lot of techniques which you will learn throughout the course. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So any other thing?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we.
Actually, sorry, I forgot your name, Bisal.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, Vishal, actually, sometimes in the midway, your voice is going down. Maybe it is
Okay,
not
so
in
is
front
it
of.
fine now?
No,
Is
it
it
is
better?
again down actually.
It is down.
Yeah.
I don't think so, because my internet connection is pretty fine. So I just opened this website also,
It
right?
is.
So if I
It
will,
is fine now. It is fine. It is fine now. Yeah.
yeah. So, okay, because I'm using my Wi-Fi, so it should not be an issue. Yeah. Okay. Any other thing?
We
Sakshi,
can,
Rakesh.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
can you brief us about like CDS views just on top? Like, what is it? What is a CDS view? Just brief,
Yeah,
not the
sure,
deep,
sure.
the brief.
Yeah. I mean, see, so when you say CDS view, okay, so how should I mean, I need to show to you guys, right? And it's getting recorded. So, Suresh, are you there? Suresh, Ashok, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, could you please stop the recording for a while? I just wanted to show them something, just for a sec.
Not just hold on. I'll give you the system access.
I think I can do that. Pause
Okay.
recording, I can
Fine.
see that option.
Okay. Let me stop.
Yeah,
This
you can ask.
conference
I
will
think
now be recorded.
guys can ask, because I can't. We can go in some deep also, but I think you guys don't know much of the stuff. So if you want to know like specifics, what will this be covered or will this not be covered, probably you can ask. Why I'm giving you so much of time, because I know there are a lot of confusions going on right now in people's mind. What is S/4HANA? What is ABAP on HANA? what is UFI, what is Fiori, where SAP is heading to. So I've told you very clearly that ERP will no longer be supported by 2025. Okay, so even in case you don't learn it now, you will eventually have to learn. There is no choice, because maximum number of implementations will start coming in. From the next 2 years, you'll see a lot of demand for ABAP on HANA, for S4 HANA, for UFF, Fiori, OData. We'll also cover OData in this course. As a matter of fact, you see, I have also given OData basics. So we'll cover many operations of OData, all the CRUD operations. How do you test? There is also a tool known as there is also a tool known as Postman, which we'll use for the testing of OData. What is association? What is function import? What is batch call? What is deep entity? So we'll cover uh, we'll cover a lot of stuff. Okay, so don't I mean, at least I can assure you from my side, I will have a lot of learning. But yeah, you will have to, in fact, mostly the sessions will be like hands-on, so I will not be showing any of the PPTs or nothing like that, because I think you guys are pretty much experienced and you can go through internet if you have to get some material. And for that matter, if you really want to know, you can go for the book known as HA 400. Okay, so you can go to this book. Okay, so you can just search on Google and you'll find ABAP programming on SAP HANA. So if at all you are interested. Okay, so but I won't advise you to go it to start reading parallelly, because going through book will take a lot of time, and in fact many of the things are not covered. Okay, so but if you want to go it for certification, this is the course which you can take. Yeah, so somebody is asking increase the font size in the Word. Yeah, sure. So you're talking about this PDF view, or okay, I'm not sure what exactly was the question. So what I was saying is that you can easily clear the certification, and we know how easy it is nowadays to clear the certification, right? So I mean, I would say don't focus upon certification. Yeah, obviously it makes sense, because sometimes client asks, but if you go through the course, it's much beyond than this HANA certification. Okay, and I'll give you certain assignments. I will code in front of you, so it will never be a PPT or a PDF kind of thing. You can anyways go through internet and find out if you have to read in detail. But yeah, interview questions will also be covered, what they're asking right now. I think right now is the correct time. So maybe after 1 year, you will find a lot of people, right? So there are a lot of ABAPers, right? There are a few ABAP on HANA consultants, very few S4 HANA consultants. Then there are very few UFF and Fiori consultants, right? So as of now, yeah, market is pretty good. You can earn quite well. This is what I have experienced. I'm just sharing out my experience, but yeah, rest is up to you guys. So I mean, even if you don't do it now, definitely you will have to do it some other day. I mean, it's just about the company's requirement, right? So as of now, as I told you, 40,000 customers are live. So when I say live, they are in production, okay? And so many customers are trying out, okay? So as you might be knowing, they're like close to 4 lakh SAP customers, out of which 40,000 are on SAP HANA. So and you can see there is a lot of difference, right? Like close to 3 lakh customers will eventually have to come to S4 HANA, right? So yeah, so that was a very brief introduction. So I've also shown you how do you see CDS views. Any other thing you would like to see?
Nothing.
Okay. Okay, so this is the whole of the course content. So course duration is usually more than 2.5 months. This is what has been my previous experience. And yeah, I'll give you certain assignments also. And you guys should definitely try out those assignments, because unless you don't do hands-on, you will forget, right? So maybe initially you might feel like it's a bit boring, but yeah, later on, you might forget. So it's better to always do hands-on. Okay, so I'll give you assignments on AMDP, CDS views. Okay, and you will also create Fiori apps, right? You'll do draft environment. I'll give you certain assignments. Okay, so okay guys, so anything else, or we can close the call?
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Michelle.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.